All greetings, YouTubers. So, you've probably been wondering, what is that screaming noise in the background? No, you haven't. That's just my Frenchie wanting to get out. But anyways, you've probably been wondering, what happened to the 325? So I figured I should do this video just to fill you guys in on what went on with the 325. So, no, the FCC didn't shut it down. So those of you that are sitting there in the background going, hee, I shut those bastards down. No, you didn't shut down shit. The FCC never showed up. In fact, if you don't believe me, just look up my call sign, W4THM. And if there's an enforcement action against me of any kind, it's going to be on the FCC database. So take that rumor and put it up your rectum. No. What happened is basically I was the trustee because I was the face of the repeater, and I was somebody who could stand up to political attacks in a diplomatic way. The owner of the equipment did not want to be the face of the repeater. But what eventually happened is, once the downtown side and the Palm Beach side and the GMRS were all up on the air, it started to attract flies. And with those flies came problems and jammers and everything else. There was a VHF side to that repeater system as well. And the repeater owner decided to switch the VHF side under my suggestion to DMR. So it was switched over. And things began to progressively sour between myself and the repeater owner. Not because of a conflict of decisions, but just we had a disagreement in the way that he handled negative situations. You don't bring a gun to a knife fight. Let's just leave it at that. So the repeater owner went off on a few people in a way that wasn't very nice, and that kind of began to rub me the wrong way. And then one day he just flipped the whole system over to DMR, at which point in time I was kind of pissed because I am not a fan of DMR. I don't like the way it sounds. I like analog. It's just the way I am, man. I'm not interested in any of this digital stuff. So his attitude went downhill, and I just decided I don't want no part of it. Take my call sign off the repeaters. So my call sign went off the repeater, and along with that, so did all the users, because a lot of the users hauled ass. They did not want to deal with DMR. DMR just kind of sounds weird. Yes, I know. Oh, go to C4FM. Oh, that sounds great. Oh, do this. Do P25. I don't care. I'm not interested in digital. Plain and simple. And apparently, neither are a lot of the users down here. Because when that happened, everybody hauled ass off the repeater. And the 325 went from being the hangout spot to being a barren wasteland. And over on the GMRS side, you had Fat Mikey on there during the Harry Beanbag Drunk Show. And that gets old. So people just left. A lot of people migrated over to a local repeater that's at 50 feet, believe that. People voluntarily went from a 950-foot repeater with tri-county coverage to a 50-foot repeater that barely covers one city in our county. And they did it all voluntarily, just because they didn't like what was going on the 325. So that's what went on. After that, there was a couple of discussions with the repeater owner and myself and the repeater owner and other people. And there was one other individual that was particularly enraged. And the repeater owner decided to take everything down and sell all the equipment. And whatever he didn't sell, he threw away. That's what I heard secondhand. I don't know if it's true. But notice that Olympus has fallen. The entire 325 network is no longer on the air. So there you go. It wasn't the FCC. It wasn't that asshat GGI. That guy's an asshat, by the way. GGI, if you're listening, you're an asshat. It wasn't any of that. It was just a difference of opinion and a change to digital, which nobody cared for. So that's what caused it all to happen. So, c'est la vie. This has been fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the ride. Where are we now? Well, you can go on Echolink and look for W4THM on Echolink. And you can get in on our conversation on Echolink that way. But be advised that there are a lot of Spanish speakers on the repeater that we're all currently on. We do all speak English, and we'll gladly speak English. But if you hear a bunch of Spanish going on, it's not that we're being rude. It's just something that's kind of unique to the culture in Miami. We have the ability to shift between English and Spanish in the middle of a sentence, and it works in our brains. It doesn't work for everybody, but that's just the culture that we're in. So if you get on there and people start talking Spanish, it's not that we're being rude to you, man. It's just, that's how society works down here in Miami. So you guys have a good time. We enjoyed the ride. 7-3 all, W4THM. Over and out.